Some of us don't explode, we implode. We hold in storms like oceans in teacups, and no one sees the flood until we're drowning. But what if I told you the chaos inside you is not a curse, it's unrefined gold? We live in a world that fears intensity. If you feel too much, you're called sensitive. If you speak too much, you're dramatic. If you stay silent, you're cold. The world doesn't always know what to do with someone who feels deeply. But that intensity, it's not meant to be suppressed. It's meant to be shaped. From lead to light, a journey through alchemy. In ancient alchemy, the goal was never just to turn lead into gold. That was the metaphor. The deeper purpose was transformation of the self, to move from base emotion to higher truth, to purify the soul through stages: blackening, destruction of ego; whitening, cleansing; yellowing, illumination; reddening, rebirth. You've likely lived through all 4 stages without knowing the names. Every breakdown, blackening; every release, whitening; every sudden clarity at 2 a.m., illumination; and every act of quiet creation after that, your rebirth. Science agrees. Creation heals. Modern science echoes this ancient wisdom. According to Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, author of The Body Keeps the Score, unprocessed emotion doesn't just live in your head. It lives in your body. Tension in your shoulders. Clenched jaw. That tightness in your chest. But when you create, when you draw, write, move, sing, even hum, you activate neural pathways that soothe trauma. You switch from the reactive brain to the reflective one. It's not just expression, it's integration. Your biology responds to art the way a tree responds to sunlight, stretching, opening, breathing. From pain came masterpieces. This isn't just theory. Look at history. Beethoven wrote his 9th Symphony completely deaf, not to prove anything, but because the music inside him was louder than silence. Frida Kahlo painted while lying in bed, spine shattered. Her canvas became a mirror where she could see herself whole again. Maya Angelou wrote, "I know why the caged bird sings not to entertain," but because her voice had been locked away for years and she knew the price of silence. Rumi's poetry was born not from peace, but from loss. He once wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." The power of emotional alchemy. Emotional alchemy is the art of turning what's heavy into something that lifts. Not denial, not suppression, but transmutation. To say, "I feel rage, so I will dance until my heartbeat matches the drums. I feel grief, so I will write until the tears become sentences. I feel shame, so I will paint until I remember I'm worthy." This is not weakness. This is power, disguised as softness. This is how empires are built on broken ground. Philosophers and the pulse of transformation. The Stoics believed in something called amor fati. Love your fate. Don't fight your suffering. Turn it into strength. Nietzsche said, "One must still have chaos in oneself to give birth to a dancing star." He understood that creativity doesn't come from perfection. It rises from tension, contradiction, friction. Even in the East, the Bhagavad Gita teaches, you have a right to your actions, not to the results. In other words, create, release, let go. So, what can we do? Ask yourself, what am I carrying that I haven't expressed? What parts of me are burning inside without a name? Where could I put that energy so it doesn't destroy me, but frees me? Write a poem. Doodle circles, speak into the wind. Design something broken and beautiful. Create something that doesn't make sense to anyone else but feels like home to you. Because the goal is not to be understood by the world, but to understand yourself deeply enough that your chaos no longer feels like a threat. Final thought. You don't have to be famous. You don't need perfect grammar, perfect canvas, perfect melody. You just need one moment of honesty with yourself, because that's where transformation begins. Not in grandeur, but in truth. You are not broken. You are just in transition. Alchemize, transmute. Turn your pain into something that makes even the silence pause to listen.